Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're looking into something pretty big, a claim that's definitely making waves. You hear this buzz about an AI browser, one that people are saying might actually replace something like Google Chrome.
That's the one. Yeah. It's called Comet, developed by Perplexity. And it's framed not just as a browser, but more like an AI assistant that lives inside your browser.
Okay, Comet. So, this deep dive, we're going to unpack that, see what it really does. We've got some insights from someone who's had early access, which is cool. The idea is, to figure out how this thing could genuinely change how we handle our digital lives day to day.
And what's really interesting, I think, is how it's positioned, not just another tool, right? It's pitched as this co-pilot for your entire internet journey. It sort of hooks into whatever site you're on, becoming this ever-present helper.
A co-pilot. I like that. Feels active, like someone's actually helping navigate. And getting started sounds simple enough, like a keyboard shortcut.
Yeah, Option plus A, or there's a button. The key is it's always there on any web page.
Always there.
But what does that mean for us? Like, practically speaking, what's the immediate payoff?
Well, the immediate thing is reducing friction. You know all those tiny little tasks that break your flow? Because Comet is right in the browser, it can interact with the page elements directly. It sees what you see, basically. So it's not like switching to another app. It's enhancing what you're already doing in real time.
Right, so it's embedded, not just a pop-up.
Mhm.
Makes sense. And the sources mention some pretty impressive autonomous features, stuff it can do on its own. Like, imagine you're researching, loads of tabs open, and you need that one thing from last Tuesday. Instead of digging through history, you just ask Comet, open my research tabs from last Tuesday. How cool is that?
It is cool. And it raises a good point. How does it know what last Tuesday's research means?
Yeah. Is it just keyword scanning, or is it smarter than that? It seems to be smarter. It's using visual and contextual AI. It's not just matching words and URLs. It, understands the content of the pages you visited. Was it GitHub? A news article? Specific project. So it remembers the context, the intent, not just the web address.
Yeah.
It feels more like your own memory.
Wow, okay. That's a big difference. It's almost anticipating based on what it sees.
Yeah.
And what about clearing distractions? The sources say you can tell it close all Twitter tabs,
Exactly.
and it just does it.
Yeah.
That feels like a step towards, what do they call it? Autonomous execution.
Yes, and that's key. It means Comet gets your intent well enough to perform multi-step actions for you. It's not just following simple orders. It's managing parts of your workflow based on broader instructions. It takes the assistant idea further, more like a digital colleague that could take some initiative. Frees up your headspace,
Definitely could see that helping with digital clutter. But it goes beyond just tabs, right? The sources talk about boosting productivity even, entrepreneurship. This part really caught my eye, especially for anyone thinking about, a side hustle or starting something online.
The Shopify integration. Yeah.
Right. It says Comet can help build an entire online store, design, layout, product descriptions, even the sales copy. That seems huge. It's not just automation. It feels like it's lowering the barrier to entry, doesn't it? Making it more accessible.
It absolutely does. Think about the usual hurdles needing a designer, a copywriter, maybe marketing help. It costs time and money. Comet potentially bundles a lot of that. If it can handle the design basics, generate decent descriptions, write persuasive text, well, that suddenly makes launching a store much more feasible for someone without a huge budget or technical background.
Yeah, someone with just a good idea turns a team project into something one person might manage.
Exactly. It empowers people who might have felt locked out before. Pretty significant democratization, potentially.
Okay, so that's the business side. What about just everyday productivity, custom shortcuts?
Right, the custom shortcuts are interesting. It's like creating your own commands for the web using natural language.
The example ruse for browse with concise answers sounds useful, but the other one, rate for currency conversion using Python code. Why Python?
That points to accuracy. It suggests Comet isn't just, scraping a search result for the rate. It's actually running a small, specific piece of code, likely hitting a reliable financial API. So for things like currency or maybe stock prices, you get a level of precision you might not get from a general AI summary. It adds computational reliability.
Gotcha. Smart automation plus precision when needed. Okay. And then there's the form filling using your CV or voice. That sounds like a lifesaver for job applications or tedious surveys.
Definitely. And the summarization features too, handling notifications, condensing research from multiple sites.
It really sounds like it could just shave off hours of digital busy work. That's the core idea, I think. Connecting it to the bigger picture. It's about removing that digital admin, all those repetitive, often low-value tasks that eat up time and mental energy,
Yeah.
filling forms, juggling tabs, synthesizing info. If Comet automates that, you get bandwidth back. You can focus on the higher level stuff, creative thinking, strategy, whatever your actual core work is. It's about shifting your focus.
Makes a lot of sense in a work context. But let's switch gears a bit. What about just us as regular users?
Yeah.
The sources mentioned some pretty cool everyday applications. Travel, for instance.
Right, the everyday magic, as they put it.
Yeah, like the flight finder, searching flights, showing prices right there. That feels super practical.
Mm-hmm.
And the translation feature, taking a screenshot of, say, instructions in Chinese and getting an instant English translation.
That's a great example of the multimodal aspect.
It is. And apparently it's smart enough to identify landmarks like the Statue of Liberty even from a partial screenshot. How does that work? It's using advanced visual AI. Think large visual language models. It analyzes the pixels, recognizes features, textures, shapes, and compares them to its huge database of images and places.
Huh.
It's a bit like how we recognize things from small clues. So even with incomplete info, it can often figure out the context. Very useful for travel, like you said.
Wow. It really is seeing the world in a way. Okay, beyond travel. Creative stuff.
Yeah, several things there. Understanding complex infographics, it could explain the charts and diagrams.
That'd be handy.
Finding products from images, see some shoes you like in a picture. Comet might find where to buy them.
Oh, dangerous.
Huh, maybe.
Huh.
Also integration with drawing tools like TL Draw, generating shapes or graphics automatically. And even helping with prompt engineering, refining the instructions you give to other AI tools to get better results.
Okay, that's quite a range. What about the absolute basics, like email and calendar, stuff we all wrestle with?
Yeah, it tackles those too. For email, summarizing unread messages, that's huge for inbox overload. Drafting replies, even finding missing attachments in a thread, just streamlining the whole process.
Please sign me up for email summary.
Right, and Google Calendar integration, it's not just showing your schedule. It can prep you for meetings by finding related docs, generate summaries after, or open a doc to draft an agenda, or pull out action items.
So it connects the dots between different tools.
Exactly. It aims for that seamless experience across tasks, freeing up mental energy from all those little admin steps.
Okay, the list just keeps going. The source mentions online shopping help, finding deals,
Promo codes.
dating assistance, writing Tinder responses,
Seriously.
apparently. Also personal research, QA testing for websites.
Spreadsheet help too. Google Sheets and Excel formulas.
Yep, automation there. And even finding full podcasts from short clips, which is interesting for content discovery.
It really does sound like it's trying to be this central hub for almost everything you do online. That seems to be the ambition. And looking at the bigger picture, the source author makes a strong claim. They argue that just like Google search fundamentally changed browsing, AI browsers like Comet are poised to replace traditional ones. Not if, but when.
Replace them entirely. That's bold.
It is. And they emphasize the speed. What Comet does now might look, well, kind of basic in 6 or 12 months. The evolution is incredibly rapid.
So this is just the beginning.
Seems so. But the core purpose, according to the source, isn't about replacing people. It's about eliminating the repetitive, low-value digital work, the drudgery.
Right.
So humans can focus on the high-level creative, strategic thinking. It's framed as a tool to amplify us, blending browsing, AI, and automation.
A game changer for knowledge workers, letting machines handle the grunt work so we can do the more human stuff.
That's the vision, yeah. Leveraging tech so we can focus on innovation, creativity, strategy.
Okay, so thinking about that, a final thought for everyone listening. If something like Comet really could take away your most annoying, time-consuming digital tasks, the stuff that just drains you, what's the one big thing, a creative project, a strategic idea that you'd finally have the time and energy to tackle? Something to ponder. Thanks for diving deep with us today.